Luke, congratulations, you are the world champion. Just sum up your overriding emotions for us right now.
It's an unbelievable feeling. It's something that I never ever believed that would ever be said to me. It's just something that, I think you work incredibly hard for. It never comes easy. I've said in many interviews over the last couple of weeks that sometimes you just have to get through them games that don't go well. The Ricardo game and the Joe game, I was unlucky. I was lucky to get through them too. I could have been out, and I took all that luck, ran with it, and managed to become world champion from it. So, incredibly pleased that I finally realised the dream that I've always ever wanted to do.
Pivotal moment in that game. Luke missed one dart for 5-2, and you never looked back. Did you feel that was the turning point there and then?
It was, because it was the defining moment. It could have kind of been game over if he takes that, because it's 5-2, and the adrenaline would have drained from my body, knowing that it was going to be such an uphill task. It was going to be so hard for me. And then when I went to the break 4-3, I still believed the dream was alive. And then from that moment, I just seemed to be on it. I started playing really well. I can't lie, I'm absolutely drained, so tired. Any more sets on top of that would have been really tough for me. But we all have to give credit to Luke, because he showed that. He showed incredible grit, incredible determination. That we will never ever see the likes of him again at that age, to go up on that world stage and in a world final to produce them darts. And I was putting him under so much pressure. I love the kid to bits. I think he's just credit, and I hope that he's in the Premier League. I hope that he plays in everything, because I just love to share the stage with him a lot more.
Did the double as well, the Ballon d'Or. We hear that trophy's got a special place to go to.
It has. It's got a special place to go to. My father-in-law, who's battled the prostate cancer thing, that he, obviously I've said it in another interview, that he went and got checked out, and he's found it early. So this was a close thing to my heart, and I'm dedicating that one to him.
And again, just this period that you're on, capped with this, can this year ever be beaten?
Well, this year can't be beaten, because
Callum, you know.
No, it can't be beaten, of course, because you can't get better than what I've done. But of course, sometimes when you're world champion, if you feel like you've completed it all and you're not going to work hard, then you might fall from the wayside. For me, this will make me even more dedicated, work harder. I'm going to be very busy over the next 12 months. I know that, but I've got to make sure that I don't work too hard, and not allow myself to enjoy the moment, because I've just achieved something that is a dream for a dart player. So I'm really pleased and over the moon.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much, Phil.
Congratulations. You come into the game with all the hype around as you did. Did you feel like you were also almost playing the will as well?
I mean, that is a good way to put it, of course. Not particularly, but obviously the crowd wanted Luke to win, and I couldn't begrudge them that. It would have been a fantastic story if he had won the tournament. How incredible would that have been for our sport? I thought the crowd were fantastic. I really didn't think they put too much pressure on me, or tried doing too much to put me off winning. So yeah, the credit, that crowd was fantastic. Credit, they credit to themselves. Obviously it would have been a dream for him to win, and I think the sport would have gone crazy. But for me, my dream was to be world champion. Unfortunately, I had to spoil the party. But he will win a world title, and if he doesn't, I'll be very shocked. He's got every.
Just a word on what he's done for our sport we love.
Yeah, he's grown it bigger than anybody could ever have imagined. And what a way he's carried himself. He's fantastic attitude. He's got a fantastic. He has got a good family behind him as well. They've really done what my family have done. Have been behind him all the time, worked hard, take him everywhere he needs to. We've got similar backgrounds in that aspect, and he has got a massive future ahead of him. I'm sure of that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Luke Matt from the BBC. I know that the regional BBC have been following you for a long time. Just touch on how important your upbringing was, and what Newbury and the clubs there did for you.
Yeah, the Crucible was the big one. I'm sure they'll be happy me mention that. Yeah, the Crucible was the one that I used to practice there all the time, and I learnt my trade there. They've had a few nights now where I think a lot of people have gone down and watched me on the big screens, and I'm thinking about going back. I think what's the date today? Is it Wednesday? I'm probably going to go back to Newbury on this weekend, and probably go down there, open the bar up, and see all the people that deserve to celebrate this with me, because that was one thing I definitely thought about. If I win this world title, I want to celebrate with all the people that I've grown up with throughout the years that have helped me to get to this position, because there's so many people I could thank. James Clifton, Kev Blade, these are just minimal people that have really, really helped me on my journey, and unfortunately they can't be here because not everyone can. But we'll go and celebrate as a whole in the town of Newbury.
Say you're going to open the bar, are you going to put some of that prize money behind it as well?
Yeah, I might put a little bit behind there. They might put a bit behind there as well, but yes, I will, because like I said, there's going to be a lot of people there that have made me the player I am today. It doesn't just, you don't, as much as I'm the one that goes out and plays, there is a lot of stuff that have happened over the years that have helped me out, and I'll be truly thankful for them for the rest of my life.
Two more quick ones from me. Cool Hand is the nickname, and obviously you proved that today. Phenomenal arrows. You've opened up in the past about anxiety. Has that openness about that topic, do you think, helped every time you stepped up the hockey going forward, just kind of opening up about that?
Yeah, it definitely helped me, because it was a weight off my shoulders, and I'm not the only sportsman in the world that goes through it, and I think I'm definitely not the only person in this room that goes through it. I was just very open and honest about it, because it was affecting my career and it was hard to hold it in. And there has been lots and lots of people on social media that have messaged me saying, you really inspire me, you've helped me, and all this type of stuff, and that makes me feel great, because I didn't do it because of that. I just did it because I wanted to be open and honest, and all of a sudden I had an outpour of people that were, certain people that obviously I won't name, but celebrities and sports stars that messaged me and said they go through the same. So it's really, really pleasing that I did that, and in the end I managed to get through it, and it never affected me.
Final one from me then. You've got the most 180s. You talked about your own kind of close ties with people having battled with prostate cancer. The sponsors of this event were putting £1,000 for every 180. I think it ended up over 900, which has broken the record that you've ever had in the World Championship.
It's incredible.
So every time you threw a 180, a little bit more special then for you. Was that a bit more motivation?
Yeah, I mean, does anybody know how many I've got?
How many? I think 78?
73.
73, yeah. So for me to have added £73,000 is a fantastic. But that's just another reason why I think Paddy Power have been absolutely incredible. They brought this to light about 2 or 3 weeks before we even played in the tournament. It was very, very close to my heart. As a collective, all us players have added quite a lot of money. So I won't say the figure, but I'll donate a bit myself as well from the prize money, because it's very, very close to my heart, and I'm very, very privileged to hold that trophy as well.
Congratulations, not just for winning, but for using the platform to talk about some really important issues. Well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just how relentless did you have to be during that match? Because every time you get a big score, a big checkout, Luke Littler seems to come back.
He's relentless, isn't he? He could be his nickname, really. He is relentless. There was just nothing I felt that could have phased him there. I didn't believe there would be before the game, but every single leg on leg he just seemed to hit a treble or 2 trebles every time, and there was that very, very rare occasion he'd missed a treble, and you wanted to jump all over, and I think I put too much pressure on myself to try and do it. But that was a world final for a 16-year-old to put in a performance like that. If he wouldn't have played well, we'd have all forgiven him, because it would have been a tough task for him, but he's just unbelievable. He really is. I've got no superlatives to describe how amazing he is.
When you look back at what you've achieved, not just this year, but the last 3 or 4 years on the tour, how proud does that make you?
I'm incredibly proud. If I wouldn't have won today, I would have walked away still incredibly proud of my achievements, because to get to world number 1 is no easy task in this current format. We have so many fantastic players. Anybody that walked into this room of them, 96 players, could have won this tournament. You're here for a reason, and for me to be the one that did it at such a youngest age in this sport is it's just it's mind-boggling myself. I'm really over the moon and speechless about what I've just done.
Can you finally say you're the best player in the world?
No. Oh yeah, I get. I know what people say. Obviously, you want me to say yes, I am the best player in the world, but. There's so many great players. It can all change. I think Luke's put himself right up in Luke Lillard's put himself right up in that mix as well. He's one of the best players in the world as well. I think there's a small group of us that can all perform at that level. And like I always say, I might be the best player today. Next week it might change, but for today I am.
Luke, what you've done in this sport in the past 3 months is, in a weird way, it's sort of been under the radar. But you've won your first major in October. And then you've won 4 now, World Championship, World number 1. You keep saying it's not settled in because you don't have time to let it settle in. I mean, can you in your own mind just imagine what you've done in the sport? Other people, no one else has ever done it.
Yeah, because you turned up. It was just the first time you ever come was when I won my first major, and I don't think you've ever seen me lose, have you? So, no. Yeah, so that's thanks to you. No, I think a lot of people were thinking that major was going to come. You know, obviously the match play was closed, the World Series finals was close, and then I finally got over the line in the Grand Prix. Got a bit of luck there as well, obviously against Peter Wright, who said that he didn't think I was going to win it, did he? He said I wasn't. You don't think I was ready? I was ready. But yeah, you know, I felt the performance of the Grand Prix and the winning that allowed me to go on and to achieve more. And like people say, once you get the first one, you can open the floodgates. But I don't think this is going to be something that's happening all the time because, like I keep saying, there's so many great players.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I asked you how many World Championships would you be happy with, and you said you can't answer that question because you've not won one. So I'm going to ask it again now. How many World Championships would you be happy with in your career?
Honestly, truthfully, I'd be happy with one because I can leave this sport whenever that day comes as a world champion, and I could never begrudge that because winning a world title is incredibly hard. It's harder than winning any major I've ever played in or won. But obviously now that in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, you've won one now, you can go on and maybe win another. So, next year, or so should I say this year, at the end of the year, we're in the World Championships again. Now that thing to tick off the list to become multiple world champion and back-to-back world champion, because not many people have done that. So, I will stay dedicated as ever to do that also.
I just wanted a quick word on Russ Bray because we've seen the headlines that you've made and Luke Littler's made. And Russ Bray has been amazing to the sport. His last World Final, just a quick word on Russ.
Honestly, he's one of the most incredibly charisma people I've ever met. He's just a barrel of laughs, and I'll be lucky to still get to see him because obviously he still does the World Series and that. But before I even played tonight, and before Luke Littler played tonight, he came up to us and said, "This is his dream final." It was a privilege. He said it's a privilege to Mark, and it was a privilege for myself to be involved in his last final. Or his last proper, professional job, because he's just been absolutely incredible for this sport. He's, as a non-player, he's grown this sport over, the globe to incredible levels, and he's honestly just one of the loveliest guys I've ever met. Barrel of laughs, and he's told me many times over the years. He said to me, "You'll be world champion. You'll be world champion," and that's what he said to me at the end there. So it was lovely to share that moment with him because he's been incredible in serving to this sport.
Luke, the biggest congratulations, well done.
Thank you so much.
Luke, how will you celebrate tonight?
Go straight to the bar at the hotel and.
What's the first drink?
I'm not sure, but.
What's your normal drink?
I love water. Yeah, love water. This one especially.
That's not really rock and roll, is it?
No, it's not really rock and roll, but a lot of people don't think I'm rock and roll, do they? But I'll leave that one to your imagination.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Any more? No. So you're world number one, world champion now. The Premier League is beckoning. What's your thoughts that you'll be in the Premier League this year?
Well, I think I'll be in. What a record!
Struggle to get out of it.
Yeah. That's obviously something that obviously I know I'm going to be in. Obviously, I'm really looking forward to it because PDC made the right decision in leaving me out last year. They made a big call because I thought I was one of the best players in the world last year and one of them. And they left me out and they made an incredible right decision. It allowed me to go on and do what I did this year because, I say this year, we're in 2024 now, I keep forgetting, but, over the last 3 months, because if I wouldn't have gone on and done well in the Premier League, it might have scarred me and I might not have done the things I've achieved this year. But now I feel like I'm more and well equipped as ever to go on and do really well in it. And, I've set myself up now for a great campaign, and it's going to be really tough because the 8 top players in the world, I don't know who's in it. I don't know if it was announced today, but I'm really looking forward to it.
You say that they made the right decision leaving you out this year. If that offer is to go to Luke Littler tomorrow, what would be your advice to him?
I'll probably tell him that private, not on camera, because I think that he's got. If you're not going to be overruled in a world final, I don't think Premier League's going to overrule you. It's just for him. It's his decision, because it takes a lot out of you. He's going to have to be playing in so many different things. Obviously Euro Tour, all these type of things. You can have a busy time, and that's up to him and his family to decide. No matter what I say, what the PDC says, he has to make his own decision. But if he decides not to go into the Premier League, then he's got loads of World Series. I think that the PDC would love to put him in because he would enjoy them. They're really great fun and a privilege to be a part of.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Luke, in 2019, you were a contender in the Premier League. Now, on the 9th of May, you're going to be in Leeds. How much are you looking forward to having that home game?
It's going to feel like a home game for me. It really is. It's going to feel incredible. That is one of the nights I seriously can't wait to play in. Obviously, everyone knows me as a big Leeds United fan. And that will feel like a homecoming to me. It really will. But I think I've got a trophy to parade around Ellen Road yet. I know they want me to do it. I've had so many messages from the club themselves, the players. Jamie Shackleton's been here to support me, and obviously, Matt Lewis has been down here as well as a massive Leeds fan. So I've had incredible support from them, and I really look forward to parading that massive World Championship trophy around Ellen Road.
Yep. And after the World Grand Prix, you said the trophy was going to live on your dad's mantelpiece. Since then, you've got the Grand Slam, the Players' Championship Finals, the Sigma Gold Trophy, the Ballon d'Or. You said one of them's going to your father-in-law. Is some of the money going to help them build bigger mantelpieces? Where it's all going to go?
He's probably going to have to build a reinforced mantelpiece if he wants all them trophies. But I think he will have a part of that. Obviously my dad had the first one. He might want the big one, but that's going to be a tough one to give away because you're going to want to look at that as inspiration all the time. I'll probably have to parade it around a few times. So that probably will have to stay on my non-reinforced mantelpiece.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any more on video?
Look, there was on the way winning this big title, there were many difficult moments. One of them was the match against Ricardo, you said before, and there were kind of a clinch with the German fans. How do you think about these moments in back? And how do you think about the German?
It's all forgotten. It's all forgotten. No, it is what it is, isn't it? I guess you have to look at it in a way. The crowd were fantastic because the support they showed Ricardo was incredible. And how can I begrudge them? Because German fans are absolutely amazing. Every time I play on that European tour, it is just so fantastic. I can't wait to be back again this year playing on the European tour. The reason why darts is so big in Germany is because the fans are amazing. And I can't wait to be a part of it all again next year, being world champion over there. I've got a duty now to go over there and play in every single European tour, which I will, because the crowds are absolutely amazing. Darts is getting bigger and bigger. Every single month we play in it, it seems that way. And after the heroics of Luke Littler this year, it's going to get even bigger. So I'm just very, very blessed and privileged that I'm the #1 world champion of this sport that's growing and getting massive. And this sport's going to the moon.